Okay, good morning, Malabites and Malabrasses. Good morning, amazing listeners out there. It's another fantastic, lovely Friday. Thank God it's Friday, but not in the past, according to African China. All right, so don't forget that John Legend, just said, "You are all of me. I am all of you, and we are all of us." But don't forget this morning, and no food, no water, no light. And my country no good, but we still celebrate. Okay, so a friend of mine just said something this morning that today is not all about 14th February. It's about John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, that whosoever who is going to love him, believe in him, will be saved, will be happy. Okay, so that's how we roll this morning. Let's quickly say good morning, Malabites and Malabresses. One interesting thing about, this year Val, as always, as usual, I am very comfortable. I'm very grateful, to the management of the University of Calabar for always saying, look, during this period, we're going to be writing exams. So remain focused. Yes, remain focused. What's love? What's love? You're still in school. In the voices of the Vice Chancellor, you always hear her say, students should take their books seriously. As a mother. All right, Mama, we hear you. Yes, today a lot of persons have exams. You need to see how trolling the main gate looks like. And then our security agencies are doing their very best and sending all of those persons, who are dressing indecently back. Yeah, personally, I have to send one back. I say, hey, excuse me, please. You're not going to enter inside the school compound. But now the question is, what about those persons coming from our respective hostels? What are they doing? Have we checked how much they are dressing? I think those are the hostel, respective porters. I need to take charge of this. The AOs, please help, help, help. Today is VAR. Yes, a lot of students would definitely, deliberately dress to oppress and dress to hinder. Oh my goodness. Okay, so well, a whole lot of security need to be put in place today. Yeah, today. And thank God it's Friday. So a lot of persons will say, after exams from here, I am jetting off. Please, no matter how beautifully dressed you are, remember, the future needs you more. Your family, your loved ones needs you more. Okay, so do not trade anything for any reason or any purpose. Okay, so your life actually and absolutely ideally matters. Okay, good morning, Malabites and Malabresses. Good morning, amazing listeners out there. This is 103.5 Unica Radio International. This morning, on the Friday's edition of the National Newspaper Headline Review, my name is Obase Thompson. Okay, so today is the almighty, the long-awaited 14th day of February in the year 2025. Do's and the don'ts, the day full of luxury, and so on and so forth. But what matters most is, let's be very careful out there. Okay, lead us well, Mr. President and Mr. Governor, distinguished senators, House of Reps members. But let me quickly celebrate our Lovers' Day by doing something very special. Okay, so I'm going to be doing something very interesting. And remember, this is going to look like, okay, let's say a church. Don't worry, it's not really going to be a church, but a church kind of. Yeah, God first, right? Yeah, but God first. But remember, God loves. And then we're going to be doing something from Assisi Winans. So this morning, I don't forget that we'll be doing a whole lot of breaks to share of our loved ones. We love you so much. But before we go on the second break, let's quickly take you to the Punch newspaper this morning. And don't forget, it's 21 minutes past the hour of 9 on 103.5 Unica Radio International. Thank God today is Friday. On the national newspaper headline review this morning, okay, the Punch newspaper with the biggest headlines here. 54.99 trillion naira budget. We have expert list funding hurdles as debt servicing takes about 14 trillion naira. Lawmakers approve 344.85 billion naira for themselves in salaries, overheads, gov hutch, and huge share of budget. We can read all of this on page 2. So why we are all here, as Nigerians, as young people, crying that there's no money. And then our telecom service providers are hitting us with bad network and increased tariffs. Our senators, our governors don't care about that. Our House of Reps members don't even have your time. Not to talk about our councillors or our chairmen, and they don't care. Look at what they are saying. If lawmakers are approving about 344.85 billion naira for themselves and salaries, overhead gov huge share of budget. But we are here crying. And those guys are living large. And funny enough, their families are not even here in this part of the world. That is it. And you're here, each and every time it's time for elections, you go around and be carrying placards. All you want is just t-shirts and a cap. For how long? Okay, so this I don't care attitude or situation is the reason why we are where we are today. Because the big guys over there knows that, hey, these guys don't care. Yes, they don't care. All right, Ogun Ondo clash over ownership of oil-rich Islam. Yeah, then a lot of lives will definitely be involved. All right, but read all of this on page 35 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Customs delivers 3,897 arms at Admonition to Control Center. We can read this on page 30. Loan controversy. We have Osaf Sanya, defends self in court. We can read this on page 41 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Northwest communities blame fresh killings on troops and withdrawal. Okay, so we can read this on page 2. Southwest governors plan joint operation against ISWAP terrorists. But initially, when this ISWAP everything came up, we had some group of persons saying, this is a lie, this is not existing. But today, this is actually and absolutely existing. But it ought not to be so anyway. All right, federal government, ex-envoy slams Canada for denying military chiefs visas. So they want to go to Canada. Yeah, we had a whole lot of persons, Nigerians, saying, that's what they're supposed to do. Stay back in your country and fix your security issues. Why going to Canada? They say official. And people are saying, if this is actually an official assignment, Canada, wouldn't have denied them these visas. But then let's look forward in the coming days and see what the both governments are going to actually do in regards to this. All right, the Yahoo boys now involved in ritual killings and banditry, according to EFCC chain. And so what happens to our politicians? Okay, so I don't just want to drag issues here, but read all of this on page 16 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Northwest communities blame fresh killings on troops and withdrawals. All right, that's much we'll be doing from the Punch newspaper this morning. If you're just joining us, this is 103.5 Unica Radio International, and it's 25 minutes past the hour of 9 on the Friday's edition of the National Newspaper Headline Review. My name is Obase Thompson. Okay, the Vanguard newspaper is up with the biggest headlines here. Banks limiting ATM withdrawal below 20,000 naira face CBN penalty. But I wonder why CBN will actually give these directives when inside the bank, you can't even access up to 50,000 naira, even 20,000 naira. Yeah, they'll tell you there's no money, there's no money, there's no money. But so I think I am one person who is actually supporting these total cashless policies. Okay, so I am very okay with it. Let's go get something. You make transfers, but then the problem of the deficiency of all of this is the fact that poor network services, when it has to do with debit, so it takes time. Credit also takes time to give you the alert, the information that, oh, your money have actually been deducted, it has been sent, and becomes a huge problem. But read all of this on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Telecoms, MTN back paddles as reverses 200% data tariff hike. And Labour demands sanctions over alleged impunity. Influx of ISWAP and Boko Haram Southwest governors more creations of joint security outfit. Okay, so I think this is an opportunity to say the governor of Cross River State have actually came out with Operation Okwok. And for those of you who do not hear Efik like I do, okay, so Okwok when interpreted means bees, Operation Bees. So meaning that wherever you find yourself, if you're a criminal, these guys will find you, they will locate you, they will hunt you down. That's what it means. They'll definitely catch you. So do not in any way involve yourselves in any criminal activities within the state. All right, so he didn't actually stop at that. He actually rolled out a whole lot of vehicles, empowering our security agencies in regards to this. But now the question is, we're doling out billions and millions of nairas to acquire all of these necessities. Of course, it is necessities, I call it, because we need security. But the problem here is the fact that our governments are saying that there is no money. So where is these funds coming up to dole out all of these branded and new vehicles? Okay, so we are not asking for much. And Mr. President, Mr. Governor, distinguished senators and House of Reps members, security agencies lead as well. Read all of this on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Okay, loan controversy on Nasaya goes to court to declare, a name, he said, look, I did not commit any crime. And so he has gone to clear his name. All right, read all of this still on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Oyetola reaffirms commitment to marine resource development as National Assembly passes 54.9 trillion naira 2025 budget. Visa denier, Canada can go to hell, according to Ribado and Defense Chief. Oga Defense, calm down. Be calming down. He said Canada can go to hell with their visa. He's not even interested of this visa regain. Mr. Ribado, Mr. Defense Officer, Defense Boss, calm down. Be calming down. Today is Lovers Day. Hello, be calming down. You need a gift from Canada. Okay, so I trust you guys will come out to say, look, the only country in the world that is giving guys, opportunities to thrive is Canada. Canada. Okay, so today a lot of persons will be dancing to this tune, but I don't know why this is not going to be trending, but it's trending already on social media. 1949 massacre of coal miners. We have families sue federal government and UK government, including others. Senate asks federal government to repair bad roads nationwide. Okay, so Senate is only asking the federal government to do this. So if somebody asks you something, you could either say yes or no, right? And not in between. But at this point in time, it's going to be in between yes or no until this administration goes off. Calabar Itu Road is still remaining a nightmare. Calabar to Ogoja Road is still becoming a nightmare. What's going on? Okay, so that's much we'll be doing from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Up next. Country. On 103.5 Unica Radio International, if you're just joining us, the Friday's edition of the National Newspaper Headline Review. My name is Obase or Thompson. Okay, so this morning, still on the national newspaper, we have the Daily Trust newspaper this morning with the biggest headlines here. Okay, Ribado tackles Canada for denying CDS and others visas. We will state our position according to embassy. Okay, read all of this on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. National Assembly passes 54.99 trillion naira 2025 budget as Southwest governors to establish joint security surveillance team. UTME parents candidate expresses frustrations at registration centers. Okay, so yesterday we're having a conversation in regards to this. Now we are seeing a whole lot of children are leaving their homes as early as 3, 4 a.m. They're already at the JAM registration centers. So what is the essence of the national identification number or whatever it is? Why the requirement for NIM? So why can't these children stay at the comfort of their home, do this registration, and then proceed to any of these centers, any of the cyber cafe, and do their thumbprints, their fingerprints? Why? Why can't we get to this system? Why can't we get to this point? So why can't we develop what NYSC is doing? You sit at the comfort of your home, do the necessary registration, and then return back to the cyber cafe for, image capturing. Why can't we do this? What's the problem? Anyway, well, now we want just go school, you don't want to go learn skill. Okay. But however, we encourage people to go to school, right? All right, so read all of this on page 3 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Lassa fever kills 70% in 1 month. In which country? Okay, so read all of this on page 5 and know which country, which state, which local government, which community. Okay, minimum wage workers short federal government as schools and council secretariats. We must get communities to defend themselves, DSSDG. Yobe photographer breaks Guinness World Record. This is a good one. Congratulations. Okay, we'll be going on a short musical break. And we're doing something very interesting for our loved ones today. As we say, happy birthday to all of you born today. We celebrate you and we wish you all the very best. Don't forget today, we started by saying we surrender to God Almighty. And we are starting with God first. And right away this morning, we'll definitely be surrendering to our loved ones. We tell them how much we love them today and how much we continue to love them even today and far beyond. And don't forget, we started by saying that it's not all about 14th of February each year. It's about John 3:16. All right, this is what we'll be doing. Let's go on a short musical break and we'll be back right away. Ah, that's how we roll this morning. Yeah, it's just a beautiful Friday. The 14th day in the month of February. It's gonna be a love, 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 love in the air. Yeah, it's just gonna be a sparkling. And thank God, it's a weekend. One amazing, coincidence. I call this. Okay, whichever way. Thank God it's Friday. I 103.5 Unica Radio International this morning on the Friday's edition of the National Newspaper Headline Review. My name is Obase or Thompson. Okay, so lead as well, Mr. President, Mr. Governor, distinguished senators, House of Reps members. The Guardian newspaper is up next year with the biggest headlines. Electricity as medicine. This is really a very tough year. Okay, hidden cost of providing healthcare in darkness. Oh, wow. Okay, I love this cartoon flag seen from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Yeah, you just need to go online to see what is actually trending. Okay, so it means when there is no line, village people come spiritually and then hack you to death in the hospital bed. I just hope this is what I am understanding in these cartoon flags. All right, read all of this on page 4 and 5. We call it the big story pages. All right, critics questions, okay? Priorities as National Assembly passes record of 59.99 trillion naira at 2025 budget. Wow. Okay, just listen to this. Okay, so people who voted them in are still living in pains. Okay, but that's not just the issues right away here. Southwest governors partners on regional development and plan joint security team against bandits. Read all of this on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Asaba bans activities of unregistered native doctors. Yes. I think I posted this on my Facebook page. Okay, so it's Obase or Thompson page. All right, just go there and see and read all of these in details. And we'll also be doing this on our social media platforms, on Unicorn Radio International on Facebook, on Unicorn Radio 1 on X, and Unicorn Rain on our Instagram page. All right, loan controversy we have. Onasanya appears in court to clear his name. All right, with all of this on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. NSA criticizes Canadian embassy for refusing CDS, others visas. Okay, so probably Canada has actually given you guys a Valentine gift. Some persons just want to use the opportunity to go and buy gifts for their wives and children. Canada said, no. Stay in your country and resolve your security issues. All right, but read all of this on page 7. What actually happened? What did Ribadu do? But Ribadu came on to say, to hell with your visa. What's going on? To hell with it. I am not interested. CDS is not interested. Others are not interested. Okay, guys, CDS, I am interested because I want you guys to attend that meeting. All right, so you just need to go back and resolve these issues amicably. All right, customs intercept large cage of arms and ammunition in Lagos State. UI medical student protest halls exemption from restored power to UCH. And that's what you'll be doing from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Up next is the Daily Independent newspaper this morning with the biggest headlines here. NAS passes a 54.99 trillion naira 2025 budget, raises own share to 344.85 billion naira. So and this is just what it is. Far away more than some of the critical budget that Nigerians need. And so this is why Elon Musk in US is cutting down all of this excessive, budgeting, all of this excessive fundings to the detriment of taxpayers. In Nigeria, we pay tax, but we don't know our right. We don't care what the government of the day uses our money, our hard-earned money to do. It's really bad. It's so poor. It's very uncalled for. But well, just read all of this on page 7 of the Daily Independent newspaper this morning. Today is Lovers Day, so I don't need to strain my voice. Okay, yeah, but then this is our country. Senate charges federal government on bad roads once Northeast in highway project. Okay, readers on page 29. Still on page 29, we have federal government okays employment of 50 doctors and 100 nurses for correctional centers. Okay, so this is actually laudable, but we hope who no person no go come be person who no person where one employ person. Okay, so Tinubu committed to workers' welfare and minimum wage review, according to Shetima. Okay, so the National Assembly didn't take them anything to pass about 344 billion naira as their own share from the national cake. But because this is something that affects the entire country, it's not going to take effect. It's going to be a story, it's going to be a story this, a story that, and so on and so forth. But well, we hope to see changes, according to Shetima, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. All right, Customs hand over 3,879 intercepted rifles and cartridges to NSA. With all of this on page 6 of the Daily Independent newspaper this morning. CBN warns banks imposing withdrawal limit below 20,000 naira per transaction. Federal government moves reductions of agencies as seaport for seamless operations. Raises committee to float private sector led national flag carrier. Okay, at same point also, they have also used private investors to improve port facilities. Lagos raises BRT fares by 18% February 17. Okay, so these guys are actually raising transport fare to 18%. And you don't want the telecoms industry to also thrive. Look. All right, NECA seeks effective adjudication process in resolving industrial dispute. Okay, so that's much reading from the Daily Independent newspaper this morning. Up next. Okay, so the Nigerian Tribune newspaper is up next year. And with the biggest headlines here. Southwest governors to set up joint team to combat ISWAP's threat to establish food inflation joint monitoring team at Southwest Development Commission headquarters to be at Cocoa House, Ibadan. Okay, Nigeria meets OPEC crude oil production quota of 1.5 million BPD. NASA launches at Canadian Embassy for denying CDS and other senior military officers visa. 3 drunk London-Lagos-bound Air Peace passengers arrested at Nemia. After reconnecting UCH College of Medicine, as students protest over IBDC's refusal to reconnect a host of residents. Federal government to reduce agencies of government as seaports to 7 to, dredge Apapa tin can ports to 17 meters. NAS passes a 54.99 trillion naira at 2025 budget. Loan controversy, we have Onasanya appears in court to clear name. It's a civil matter, loan fully paid, or Tudeko's lawyers tells court. Okay, the New Telegraph newspaper is up next year with the biggest headlines here. National Assembly passes raises a 2025 budget by 750 billion naira to 54.9 trillion naira. All right, tax and tariff regime making mess of minimum wage, according to NLC. Southwest governors allow Tinubu's reforms. Screen time delays and language development in toddlers, according to study. Underwriters define hand wins, post about 142.2 billion naira profit. Okay, so that's much we'll be doing pretty today on the National Newspaper Headline Review this morning. But before we go, let's quickly take our sport lovers to the Punch Sports Extra this morning. With the biggest headlines here. Abe Peace exclusive. We have I once received 130,000 naira as Val gift. It was monetized by a friend because I was busy with training and couldn't join him for a trip. My Valentine's special gift. Abe, well done. Congratulations. All right, United and Arsenal, Chelsea lean on Osimhen. Gunners open a Martinelli contract talks. I don't support United, Kane stuns fans. Maresca confirms Jorgensen's, Chelsea #1 keeper. Ronaldo, highest paid athlete in 2024. Atletico targets Lukman as Griezmann's replacement. Flying Eagles get tough under 20 AFCON draw. Murphy resumes training after 8-month absence. Opeyori confident of Nigerians' progress at African Badminton Championships. Fure gets deadline to secure Joshua a showdown. All right, that's pretty much what we'll be doing today. Until we do this again, same time, same station by Monday. And don't forget, today happens to be the Lovers' Day, the Valentine's Day. And don't forget, there are a lot of things surrounding this day. But what matters most is the fact that surrender all to God, let God lead, and be the best that you can be at all times. And don't forget to stay out of trouble, avoid crowded places, and most importantly, tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell people where you are going. Remember, we are not praying for anything to happen, but in case jealous people who do not have vow, who want to throw stone in the public, we will know who to hold accountable. Stay out of trouble once again. Remember, your future is in your hands, and the right to live is a right to survive. Do have a pleasant day on 103.5 Unical Radio International. My name is Obase Thompson. Don't forget, we have a whole lot of programs lined up here for you today. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial as I leave you in the hands of Winnie Hairston. Bye for now.